Hello, lawn mowing people. What I'm going to talk about today is how to decide what services you want to offer when you start a lawn business. Now, it's quite natural that when you start, you want to offer lots of different services. However, I also understand that more is not always better, especially if you're starting on a limited budget. Every single extra service is going to require you buying another piece of equipment, and some of the equipment that you buy may end up underused, or worse still, not even used at all. And having a laundry list of services that you're trying to market is just going to confuse things. Now, if you're on a job and you see that you can offer something extra and you have the experience and you've got the equipment, then go right ahead. But don't add every single service imaginable to the list of the services that your business is doing. Before creating your list of services, there's a few things that I'd like you to consider, such as, do you need a license? Assuming that you've already got a business license, and that's if it's required by law, you will probably not need a license to mow a lawn. However, if you decide that you want to do lawn treatments, then you may require a chemicals license. And if you decide to do hardscaping, you may require a license for that too. Now, you may not think that this matters too much, but the way that this will come back to bite you is with insurance. One of the major drawbacks of not checking that you have the appropriate license is that it may affect your insurance if you need to claim. Now, I know someone who accidentally killed a lawn by using the wrong spray. He had a public liability insurance, but he wasn't covered because he was using chemicals without the correct license. And locally where I am, a standard insurance policy for my kind of business won't cover doing tree work above 3 meters. And if you don't read the small print or you don't look at it properly or discuss it with them, then you could come into trouble there. So do your homework before you add a service to your list. And if you're in doubt, leave it out. Make sure that you're 100% confident that you can do the service that you're going to offer. Back in the early days when I started mowing lawns, I accepted a few jobs that I was not 100% comfortable with, and about 90% of them turned into trouble. Make sure that you list and then cross out the work that you're not happy about. If you think this might cost you a regular lawn mowing job because you can't do this extra job, then find somebody who can. Put them on your speed dial. Give them a call whenever a customer asks for this kind of job done. We do this with gardening. We hate the work, so we don't do it. However, we know somebody that does do gardens and doesn't mow lawns. And whenever a gardening job comes up, we text it to them and they take care of it. Fewer services are easier to market as well. If you have a marketing budget of $150 a month and you just advertise for lawn mowing, then you could get quite a few calls. If you divert half of that to tree work, then you're getting fewer calls for your lawns. If you add a gardening service to that list, your budget is now $50 a service, and that doesn't move the marketing needle for anything. I had a business that I was running Google Ads for, and he listed 12 different services, and he wanted to market them all. Now, that was never going to work. Start with many and finish with a few. There's an old Chinese saying that says scattered force lacks direction, and I have to agree with that. When you start your business, time is money, and you want to spend as much time earning income as possible. So looking for more work around the properties that you're already servicing makes good sense. This is easy to do, and it's a free way to pick up extra income, which is great in those early days. However, as your business matures, I find it better to slim down the services that you're offering. I started mowing lawns because it was good regular income, and along the way, it's easy to get sidetracked, leaving a day aside to work on the bigger jobs, and this doesn't always work out the best in the long run. You may earn good money on those days, but there will also be days where you don't have the work, and your regular income will drop. If you'd filled that day with lawns, then you would have had income all year round. Now, there's two different ways that you can build your business, and you need to be aware of them both. We all know that when things are slowing down over the winter, you need to earn more money. The way that it's usually done, and this is the most comfortable route for most contractors, they go out there in the winter periods and they look for that extra work that they can do to fill in the gap. And when the lawns are slowed down, they start doing things like tree jobs, section cleaning, small landscaping jobs, and all those other little jobs that can be done at that time of year. It keeps them busy and it keeps the income coming in. So it works out quite well. Now, what we do is we approach things a little bit differently. We've gone down the usual route, we've tried that, and we have our own technique that works well for us. When things start slowing down, we ramp up our advertising for lawn mowing. Instead of doing all those other jobs, we just bring in more lawns. And we end up working on far more lawns than we can possibly handle when the spring comes. So a month before spring hits, we package up a round of lawns that we don't want and we sell them. We usually arrange for the takeover day to be the first day of spring, and we end up with a lump sum and higher paying lawns for the rest of the season. Now, I'm not saying that this will work for everybody, but it works for us. So remember, the next time you get asked if you can do an extra job, ask yourself, what is better? Would you rather have the extra work or find a regular lawn to mow? Both ways work, but half the battle is knowing what your long-term plan is and working towards your long-term plan. And that's about all I have to say about that today. So until I see you next time, get out there, mow lawns, have fun, and happy lawn mowing, people.